Okay. First of all, first time on a stream without wearing the hoodie in quite some time. So, woohoo! I don't even know why I was wearing the hoodie so much. I just was like, I enjoyed it. But in any case, look, I would love to pretend that I have an awesome intro because this is going up on the YouTube channel. But every time I start stream, I have no clue what I'm going to say. But if you guys would like to say hello to YouTube or just something, because I know you don't get to interact a lot, please do so. And if chat would like the codes for Genshin Impact, they are pinned in the chat, so you can go and find those pretty easily. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, I really have no idea what to say. Like, I know I should work on intros, but I'm so bad at them. So I always feel like the best thing to do is to just go ahead and, first of all, fix all my scuff. Because I did not do any of the stuff I was supposed to, such as fixing my camera. So, apologies. Technical issues are happening. All right, let's see. Kind of got to turn down the gain. Turn up the white balance. Just about here. Don't demonetize us, YouTube. Yeah, please don't. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to jump right into this. Today we are reacting to the Genshin Impact Special Program announcement for 4.6. Am I genuinely excited about this? I can't say yes. Why do I have a pen in my hand? I can't really say yes because last patch, or the patch we're on right now, was such a snooze fest. I was kind of excited when I first saw some things. Like, admittedly, I thought the cat event would be a little more fun than it was. I don't know what I was expecting. It's an event where you play with cats. The potion making event I thought would be more fun than it was, but that one was really just a really big time sink and very confusing to play. So genuinely, a lot of excitement from that has just died down. The biggest thing that I can think of right now is that everyone is really excited for the character that's on screen right now, which is Arlecchino. Just so you know, as hot as she is, you do not refer to her as mommy. You do not show disrespect to this woman. As far as the Genshin community is concerned, this is not mommy, this is daddy. That's not even a joke. I think I've said everything that needs to be said. So are you guys ready to just dive right into this so we can get it over with? Hopefully this brings back some of the excitement, because I will admit I've just been struggling to be excited about Genshin Impact, which is not something you want to say when you've got a video going on. And also, Fox, can you yeah, you need to fix this, because I do want to see chat. Well, that didn't work. Oh wait, that's why it's not working. I'm not looking forward to have to go in to fix that again. Father is just a title. Screw community. You're calling her mommy. All right, that's fair. So let's see what mommy or daddy Arlecchino is bringing us today, guys. Also, let me know if you can't hear the stream.
It has been millennia since the fall of Remuria, and its history has long faded into the mists of mythology and superstition. Legends tell of how before the birth
that
of
is just a name that has never appeared before, or I am completely unaware of anything.
Remurians believed their king Remus would bring eternal prosperity to the islands of the High Sea.
It was in a world quest? Okay, first of all, you said it's not Rome, but literally the king of this place is Remus. You know, one of the founders of Rome. Well, no, Remus was the rival. Maybe I don't know my mythology as well as I thought I did, but I know there's Remus and there's Romulus, who were two brothers. Romulus was the founder of Rome. I don't know about Remus. I don't know what he did.
However,
that's the joke.
The God King's
okay.
seers
I see.
Prophesized discord. The greatest empire will
Discord.
face the most utter destruction.
They had Discord in this ancient era? Damn. We're just only now getting Discord like within the last decade or so. How old is Discord
Cycle of the 7
by this point?
And winds blowing over sea and land, and composed a splendorous symphony based upon it. He believed that the polities could escape fate's judgment and attain eternal paradise if they harmonized with his perfect symphony. But today, welcome to the Genshin Impact version 4.6 special program! Let's take a look at the trailer.
Hold on. I love that you start off so somber and melancholic, but then she just dives into this cheerful voice. I love that. Oh my gosh.
On occasion, we hold barbecue dinners.
Ooh, barbecues? As an American, we love
food, compete with each other, even cooperate.
Whoa.
They enjoy participating in activities like that, and the feeling is mutual.
Okay.
After all, it's always possible certain familiar faces will be missing from the crowd the next time a similar event rolls around.
Something has come up, and since it pertains to Cyrus and Cyno, I deem...
Wait a minute. Cyno? Well, I guess we're getting a Cyno rerun.
...it essential to inform you all.
It was a great plan, shrouded in secrecy.
We all gathered around and celebrated the revival of our Lord.
That's how I gained my power.
The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Project Stuja?
Participating in a plan.
What? Why is there suddenly a giant mechanical centaur?
I anticipate we would meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis.
No, not mechanical, but statue centaur? What?
Unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
Polearm? What? Okay, well, Hu Tao, you are Hu Tao, I think you just got kicked off the roster of everyone's favorite pyro polearm user. I'm so sorry. How many people were so certain she was going to be either Claymore or Sword user? I just remember as like people were like, oh, she's definitely going to be like Claymore, or he was definitely going to be Sword user. It's like, no, polearm? Really? Although I got to admit, these animations are sick.
Transfixed.
What was... Hold up. No, hold on. That's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see... She's going fucking Vlad the Impaler on these bitches. What the hell?
Transfixed.
But I love it.
Everlasting as the moon.
And oh my god, the wings made of like that pyro energy.
Order once given cannot be rescinded.
Who's that?
Do you have any idea what you're doing? You're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find.
I really didn't mean to drag anyone else into this.
If Father finds out about this, everyone involved is going to be punished.
A traitor. Cyno was chosen, but he was not the only one.
You'd like me to return my power?
I'm really looking forward to this rite of duels. The wisdom of hermeneutic
Who be that?
in ours.
I want you to become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas.
I'm not saying I have all the answers, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family.
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow. First of all, Lynette and... I always forget the third one's name. I'm so sorry. Firminette. Oh my gosh, having to go 3-on-1 against against Arlecchino is sick.
An optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind
I also find it
few among us are...
I also find it interesting. First of all, this is ominous as hell, but I also find it interesting that her delusion seems to still keep her as Pyro, which is very interesting because every other character that we've seen, the delusion seems to give them a different element. Like, okay, Child's element is Hydro, but his delusion seems to give him Electro powers. Signora is Ice, but her delusion gave her Pyro.
Willing to sip from a glass filled with tasty water.
Whereas,
I'll make
oh
sure
my
it's
gosh.
drained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form. Good things come
They're
to children
dead.
who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along.
Lenny, Lynette, and Freminette, they're dead.
There are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down.
I don't want to disobey an order from
Oh my god.
Why have you backed?
What was that? What? Hold up. What? Were those
There are
sides?
many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down.
I don't
Hold
want
up.
to disobey an order from Father.
Oh my god, she has sides? Well, I'm sure this is just for her delusion form, and I have never been so upset that the delusion forms are not playable. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine, like, actually, if they were like, okay, hey, if you are willing to spend $30, we will let you buy these alternative skins that completely change a character's, like, playstyle. Like, if you bought Child's delusion form, you could suddenly use you could use his electro powers. Or if you bought, obviously, Arlecchino's, whatever hers is, you could get this. Oh my gosh.
So why have you backed us into a corner?
I imagine this has to be her delusion form.
Unrewarded. And no sacrifice.
Because it's the only form of, like, major transformation that we really see in this game. We're just 4 minutes in, and already I am so fucking hyped.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, I'm sorry to disappoint you. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, Lumine. But you know how at the beginning of the stream I was like, I'm so hoping that the special program is gonna get me excited for Genshin again because last patch was kind of a snooze. I'm all in on this one. I am loving this.
I'm Sarah Miller Cruz, the
Wait.
voice of the female traveler.
Hold
Lily.
on.
Welcome to the Genshin Impact version
Ito?
4.6 special program.
Yay! Welcome everyone!
Welcome!
Why is Ito
Okay,
here?
So I'm pretty sure that everyone would agree that the House of the Hearth isn't an ordinary orphanage. But just in
What do
case
you mean?
needed any convincing,
You mean it's not
we've
normal for
invited their voice
orphanages to
actors
raise,
share
like,
some
super
information with us
spies?
today.
Hey everyone, my name is Erin Yvette. I'm the voice of Arlecchino, the father of the House of the Hearth.
Oh, I see.
You
Oh, is
might
it
also recall
Arlecchino?
that
I always
she's
said
a Fatui
Arlecchino.
harbinger known as the Knave. I'm so thrilled to have been invited to the special program.
Yeah, hi folks, I'm Damon Mills, the voice of Linny, and he's also a member of the House of the Hearth.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And although he's not a member of the House of the Hearth, we've also brought the Harbinger of Laughter and Cheer, the one and only
Harbinger
voice
of laughter
Ito.
and cheer.
What up? It's me, Max Middleman. Hey, everybody, what's going on? My bros, my guys, my dudes. Dude.
No matter what, oh my god, I love
Are you
this.
excited to be here?
Vibes.
Vibes for days.
All right, well, without any further delay, let's start introducing the new
Watch,
content
it's
from
not
version
Sino
4.6.
rurun.
I've heard that travelers
It
will
has to be a
experience
Sino
new
rerun
content
because
related
it's
to the
like
House of
he's
the
in
Hearth
the
upcoming
part of this
version.
story.
Aaron, why don't
And
you
that's
give
what
us
they
a
said the
rundown
reruns are
on
going to be
what sort of
based around.
organization the House of the Hearth is?
But
Yes, it would be
maybe
my
they
pleasure.
decide to change it, I
Based
guess.
on the most recent intelligence reports, the House of the Hearth is a Fatui intelligence organization operated by the Knave. It takes in children who no longer have a home due to...
I'm not gonna lie, but does anyone else just like notice that with Arlecchino, the way they emphasize the back and arms, she looks so fucking muscular. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of turned on by it. Like, say what you will, but this is very lean, but you just know she's hiding a muscular frame.
all manner of reasons, and they receive an education in
Look,
a
I like what I
variety
like.
of disciplines.
Anyone who has seen me
Naturally,
with
at the same time
FGO
as
has
it
seen me
provides a home,
like with
the children
Vargas.
also take on various
I
responsibilities.
can't help it.
Okay, this sounds like everything that we already know from the game. Is there more news to hear?
Yes, everyone knows that the House of the Hearth is a rather complicated orphanage, and the Knave,
Yeah,
the
complicated,
fourth
that's the
harbinger
way to
of
put it.
Fatui, is still hiding many unsolved mysteries. So
I also
how
find it
about
interesting
we
that she
start
puts the,
diving into all the new information that we have about
She puts her
Arlecchino?
vision on her,
Let's
like,
do it.
at
Yes,
the very
let's do it.
base of her
first,
neck. Is there a
I
reason
wanna
for
hear it
that?
straight from y'all. What kind of person do you think the Knave is?
Oh no. Oh my
Harsh,
gosh, I'm feeling a lot
strict,
of pressure right
possibly
now.
evil.
This is giving me all sorts of deja vu. I guess During the Fontaine Archon quest, I noticed that Arlecchino was really skilled at directing the conversation. Her way of speaking was incredibly refined and polite, but she was also incredibly intimidating.
True.
I mean, remember how Farina pretended not to recognize her and talked about having nightmares? I totally get where she was coming from. But that's just an outsider's point of view, right? What is the knave like as a parent? I think Damon is probably the best person to answer that question. Okay, take it away.
Okay, you were hoping that I would be the weakest link?
You are. No offense.
She's a very strict father.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Strict.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You better be careful. Dad is watching
an
you.
intimidating impression.
Yeah, but I think Arlecchino loves all of the house's children equally, and she would never treat them harshly for no reason, though the kids feel a lot of pressure during her lessons and are often scared speechless by her stern attitude. It's probably for their own good. In an organization like the Fatui, these kids actually need to be more mature, tough, and patient than other children who are their age, you know?
That's actually kind of sad, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Who hurt this knave? I want to know. Why are they this way?
Okay, wait. Are you trying to say that she treats the kids like that because she was traumatized?
Possibly?
Ooh, okay, now that's very sharp of you, but let's keep Arlecchino's secrets hidden for just a little bit longer.
Please do not give us another character with a traumatic backstory. I'm begging. Like, come on, this ain't Star's story. We don't need every character to have a traumatic backstory. They can have a very simple one, please. To be fair, though, it's like Genshin does traumatic backstories in a very weird way, where it's like we see the traumatic backstory, but it's like so fucking casual when it's brought up. I think, except for Linny and Lynette, really, that oftentimes I don't really feel the impact. Or maybe it's just because it's been so long since I've really stuck down and played, where I'm like, oh yeah, this was really heart-clenching. Because it's like, when I think back to it, it's like, okay, Venti, very, very gut-wrenching story that he told, which is so freaking sad. No, I somewhat pity Zhongli, but at the same time, I'm like, Zhongli kind of just pulled a very dick move with everything going on with Liyue. Right in... why am I focusing on the Archons? I guess it's just because they all have some kind of traumatic backstory to them. But I think genuinely Linny and Lynette have one of the more traumatic ones out of many of the characters.
Okay. I do have a question, though. Why did the children call her father?
Well, why not?
Well, if you're curious about Arlecchino's past, then
you saying you have to be male to be father?
Answer in the game.
That's fair.
Her story
I'm
quest,
kidding. I know
Ignis
that's not what they're
Purgatorius,
saying.
Will be released with version 4.6. Now, I don't want to spoil anyone's
Ooh,
gameplay
new
experience
story
by
quest.
saying too much about her quest, okay?
No,
But
give us all the
I do
deets,
hope
please.
That travelers will be able to
I love
appreciate
spoilers.
Arlecchino's unique charm after they've experienced her entire story.
Yeah. Version 4.6 will
First of all,
also
I'm saying,
introduce
like, I'm
a new
saying that
feature,
mostly as a
the
joke.
Focused experience mode. Now, if you use the feature while playing Arlecchino's story quest, then it will minimize the number of times that you'll be
I think in this case, father is a title, maybe handed down, like, as the head of the House of Hearth.
Will help travelers have a better story experience, you know?
Nice.
That's right.
So it's like, since
And
she's
in
the head of it
future,
now, she's
this
just
function will
called
become
father.
Available for more and more quests.
Besides the
Wait.
story quest, I'm also looking forward.
Sorry, I was busy talking. What happened?
Version 4.6 will also introduce a new feature, the Focused Experience mode. Now, if you use the feature while playing Arlecchino's story quest, then it will minimize the number of times that you'll be interrupted by characters or quest locations being allocated to other quests. So
Oh. Wait a minute. It took you 4 versions to realize that this was something we needed. Do you know how many times I've been stopped from completing quests because it's like, oh, you have another quest in another area, and then it's like I go and do that quest, and then it's like the character gets moved to another quest? You are telling me it's taken you 4 versions to get here? And so many patches? I have been playing since, I don't know. I know I started before Inazuma came out. Like, I've hated this. I have hated this so much. I had one time where I had to complete like 3 quests, I think, to unlock specific settings. It was so annoying to do that.
So
Thank
hopefully
you.
This mode will help travelers have a better story experience, you know?
Nice.
That's right. And in the future, this function will become available for more and more quests.
Besides the story quest, I'm also looking forward to hearing.
So
the
right now,
name's
this
voiceover
isn't
line.
necessarily available for all quests. It's just the story
Be able
quest,
to hear what she thinks about the other
which is a
Harbingers,
little
too.
annoying as
I
well.
selfishly also think that will be cool.
Yes.
Okay, now can you tell me more about Arlecchino?
Let's take a look at Arlecchino's elegant,
Yes!
deadly fighting style.
Character profile. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, show me what you got.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Why is she glitching out? I guess this is something we'll find out about. Okay, first of all, that's so badass, the way she is sitting on a throne shaped in the pyro image. That is so freaking cool, I'm not gonna lie. But the way she just, like, glitches out, I'm very curious about that.
Transfixed.
Well, technically, she's not human. She's from Fontaine originally, I believe. So, technically speaking, she's one of those hydro things. Technically. Well, I guess she's human now because Nouvelette absolved them of their sins, so... Wait. Wait. Is her polearm an actual scythe? You know what? I'll just wait till I see the actual weapon, but I'm seeing a scythe. Oh my god, it's a scythe! I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong? That looks like a scythe to me. Maybe it's a normal polearm, but it turns into a scythe when she's using, like, her ultimate or something?
This is where you fall.
She's so cool.
That was awesome.
Because otherwise I don't understand how it's, like, sticking into the ground in that scene.
Yeah,
But
she's very elegant. Like
they
that was
might
a
have just
perfect
done that for
descriptor.
visual
like, elegant
appeal.
but deadly, like a
Yes,
like a
frightening.
ballerina of death.
Yes.
Everything she does is so effortless.
I know, right?
Yes. All right. Well, if we're going to talk about Arlecchino's combat abilities, then we're gonna have to talk about the Bond of Life mechanic.
The what?
You might have been a victim to it while you were fighting elite Fatui operatives in Fontaine. Does anyone still remember what a Bond of Life is?
Nope. Okay, so let me read what this says. I wish that this would not cut. Oh, wait, I can move this. Woohoo! Good job, Fox. You realize you can move things. All right. Arlecchino's when Arlecchino's elemental skill strikes opponents, it applies blood debt directives to them for a period of time. When Arlecchino uses a charged attack or her elemental burst and it hits an opponent with blood debt directive, she will absorb and clear nearby blood debt directives. This will grant her a bond of life worth a percentage of her max HP. Arlecchino enters the Mask of Red Death state when the value of her bond of life is equal to or greater than a certain percentage of her HP, where her normal, charged, and plunging attacks will be converted to deal pyro damage, which cannot be overridden. What? I'm sorry, what? Maybe I'll just let them talk about this.
Oh, are you gonna be teaching us about her abilities? Guys, you're too loud. Pipe down. Sorry, let's listen to what she has to say.
I love Ito.
Wait, I think I remember. It's the red portion of the HP bar. When you have a Bond of Life active, it'll absorb any healing that your character receives. So they can't regain HP until the Bond of Life value has been healed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
I do not
Very
remember
good,
this.
student.
Have I somehow not encountered enemies that do
a
this?
Bond of Life greater than or equal to a certain percentage of her health bar, her normal, charged, and plunging attacks will be converted to pyro damage, which can't be overridden by other elemental infusions. And while she's in this state, her normal attacks will consume a portion of her current Bond of Life to deal more damage and reduce the remaining cooldown on her elemental skill.
Whoa. Wait a second.
It's a lot.
So you're saying that she'll deal more damage with her normal attack when her Bond of Life is higher?
Put simply, yes.
Whoa, wait a second. No, wait, I get it. Wait, so Arlecchino can give herself a Bond of Life, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, otherwise she'd have to chase down.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I was thinking. It's like, hold on, what?
Actually, that sounds kind of funny.
I'd like to see that. And that brings us to our elemental skill. Arlecchino's skill doesn't just damage enemies; it also applies a blood debt directive.
I do love the fact that her
which will damage them periodically. And when she uses a charged attack or her elemental burst, she'll absorb nearby blood debt directives. This also allows her
Can I get
to
more
obtain
idea
a bond
about
of life
her
based on the number of directives that
Can I
she
get more
absorbed.
idea about her
So
burst
don't worry,
now?
Max.
Oh, I was very concerned.
I know you were.
Okay, hold on. She can't regain HP until her bond of life is removed, right? So, how does she stay in the fight?
Well, after dishing out damage, Arlecchino's elemental burst will reset the cooldown of her elemental skill and heal her based on her attack and her current bond of life.
Oh, okay.
Also, thanks to one of her talents, while Arlecchino
Sorry, didn't
is
mean
in
for that to
combat,
happen. Hold
she
on.
gains
First of all, can I rewatch that animation real quick? And then re-get the details on all of that?
based on the number of directives that she absorbed. So don't worry, Max.
Oh, I was very concerned.
I know you were.
Okay, hold on. She can't regain HP until her bond of life is removed, right? So, how does she stay in the fight?
Well, after dishing out damage, Arlecchino's elemental burst will reset the cooldown of her elemental skill.
First of all, that elemental burst looks
based on
amazing.
her attack and her current bond.
But okay, so her elemental burst contains a heal that is based on her attack and current bond of life. So that's pretty interesting. She basically
Also,
debuffs
thanks to
herself
one of her talents,
and then says, okay,
while
we'll recover
Arlecchino
from
is in
that debuff.
combat,
That's
she
awesome.
gains bonus pyro damage, but also cannot be affected by any healing effects other than the healing provided by her burst.
So does that mean there's no
So,
point in bringing
that
a
seems like
healer?
she's as ruthless to herself as she is to her enemies.
Okay,
Like, she
so
needs therapy.
no need to bring Bennett for healing, I guess.
She's kind of a savage. I mean,
To be fair, who brings Bennett for healing?
Right, so
you bring him
Arlecchino
for the
even
attack
has a
boost,
special
obviously.
Kind of movement whenever she uses her
She's
charged
perfect
attack,
on your
right?
team then.
Ooh, that looks perfect for scaring her enemies.
True.
Yeah, and for putting some serious pressure on
Wait a
them.
minute. Whoa, whoa. What did she just do?
Provided
I'm
by
sorry,
her
what?
burst.
What did she just do?
She's
Did anyone
kind
else
of a
just see her
savage.
fly
I mean-
across the water?
Right. So Arlecchino even has a special kind of movement whenever she uses her charged attack, right?
Ooh, that looks perfect for scaring her enemies.
The hell? I'm sorry?
Yeah, and
We could
for
just-
putting some serious pressure on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and second of all, verification, she does in fact use a giant ass scythe. I have never wanted to roll the weapon banner more than this moment. I'm sorry, it's a giant ass scythe. I love scythe wielding characters.
Oh, it's about time to introduce the event wishes in version 4.6. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
So
All right, who do we got?
During
Who do we
the
got?
First phase of version 4.6.
Okay.
Arlecchino, the
This
knave,
one was-
and Linny will both enjoy.
I think we all kind of predicted this one. The second Arlecchino goes up, it would have to be Linny, since he's also within the since he's also a 5-star. That is essential to Arlecchino's story. So I think we all kind of saw this one going. Apparently, any polearm get the scythe effect as a glowing thing, but her polearm gets a full real scythe.
A drop rate boost. The all-new
I still want
5-star
this weapon
polearm
with
Crimson
this weapon.
Moon Semblance will also become available. Also, the Wanderer and Baiju will return in the second.
Wanderer and Baiju? What? Well, now I'm just definitely curious about why the hell is Ito here? I get it. They don't always bring in characters that are going to appear on Wish. Oh, man. But also, what's up, Ismanir? But Wanderer and Baiju? I was not expecting them. Because Max Middleman is an awesome V8. You know what? That is absolutely fair. I'm not gonna lie though, this one's pretty tempting as well. I do like Baiju.
Second phase, so be sure to keep an eye out.
Because he just showed
Oh
up.
my gosh, that's so amazing. Okay, so Aaron and Damon, do you have any other news you'd like to share?
Actually, I do. Let's discuss the new weekly boss.
Oh.
I noticed something. They did not talk about the third banner. I just thought of that, is that they did not talk about that. So either one, they just don't plan on talking about it and you'll find out when it shows up. But it is weird because we are apparently having story that is important to Sino, and Genshin quite some time ago said they wanted to release banners based on characters that were important to the story during that specific patch. So I do find it, which is still happening with Arlecchino and Lenny, but if they're also doing Sino story, what third banner? Remember how this current patch, there was a banner that had Eula, Klee, Diluc, and Jean on it? I think is what it was. I think I might be missing some people, but it was that third banner that people were really upset about because they were like, oh, this is such a bad banner. So either they just don't want to talk about it now and it's just going to be a surprise who's on it, or they realized people didn't like the banner and are just never going to put it up again, which if it's the latter, I totally understand.
That's right. We were just talking about how the knave shows different faces to her family members.
But
and
also,
to
damn,
outsiders.
that is
But
hot.
In special circumstances, she will reveal another side.
Also, of course, she's
That's
the boss.
right. Are you ready to see
That
a
banner's
new name?
Bruno. We don't talk about.
I am ready.
We don't talk about Bruno. That's true. We could just not get them every single patch. My God. I'm sorry, did she just use that as a fucking that scythe as a yo-yo? Yo, thank you for the follow, Ashley RR. Welcome to the Fox Gang. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can't wait to play more of the story to find out about this. Yo, she stole Raiden May's shtick. Sorry, not Raiden May, Raiden A. The whole like warp in space as she makes a cut thing. I haven't seen the event stuff yet. This is my first reaction to it.
Not even Lenny and Fremine have seen this side of her before.
So the
Oh, it's pronounced Fremine? I've always said Freminette.
Oh my gosh, she's so elegant, but also super duper dangerous.
Did she just turn the sky red? Yes.
More badass with twice the badassitude.
Well,
it's not so simple to see the name's other side.
We know what Ito's staring
She'll
at.
appear normally at first.
To be
as if
fair,
she were
I
giving
think
you
a
an
lot of
ordinary training
people are
lesson
staring
waiting
at the
to
rear
counter
view.
your attacks.
Yeah, it seems like she'll dodge all of our attacks like a phantom if we're out of her immediate range.
Yeah, it feels like she's implying that we're all in the palm of her hand.
Wait, hold on,
guys
hold
know what
on.
her personality is,
Let me
like,
go
waiting to
back
counter-
so I can see what she just did.
Feels even more badass with twice the badassitude.
It's not so simple to see the name's other side. She'll appear normally at first, as if she were giving you an ordinary training lesson, waiting to counter your attacks.
Yeah, it seems like she'll dodge all of our attacks like a phantom if we're out
So
of
she's
her
just
immediate
straight,
range.
like, she's just straight up dodging.
It feels like she's implying that we're
So you'll
all
have
in
to
the palm
like
of her
really
hand.
time your attacks if that's
you
the
guys
case.
know what her personality's like. She doesn't want her children crying.
I don't know
or
why I
running
still have
away
this
from
pin in my
conflict.
hand, but it's like
Instead, she hopes that they'll be able to take the initiative, even if their opponent is their own father. The outside world will not show her children mercy, so neither can she afford to be too forgiving to them.
So I'm
If
curious
you do
about
not
how
repay
the dodge
blood
mechanic
debt
works, but
directive
I
the
assume
knave
she can only
applies
dodge
to
so
you.
many
All
attacks.
her attacks against you will be enhanced, but if you manage to out-heal the Bond of Life, the knave will reward you for repaying this blood debt, and your charged attacks against her will be enhanced.
Yeah.
Don't the bone wings on her back look like spiders?
Yes!
Hey, what's
yes,
up, Emperor
that's
Nero
it.
Sword? How's it going?
Oh my gosh. It's
This
like
fight
she has
looks like
total
fun,
control
I'm
of
not
her
gonna
prey
lie.
While she watches them struggle and closes the distance. Ugh, it's kind of creepy being the hunted one for once.
Okay, that looks scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Stop the introduction here.
Let's
leave some space for everyone to experience the challenge.
That looked terrifying.
Wait, so I know that many travelers will be wondering about this. The
Okay.
Nace boss form is tied to her story.
So the first thing I take note of is that it mentioned the blood debt and how you had to out heal it. So I'm guessing it's okay. I think this is one of those things where it's like, I'm not sure what Bond of Life really does because I've never really run into enemies that use it, which shows you how little I actually have explored Fontaine. So I think this is going to be one of those things where it's like, I'm going to have to fight this boss, learn how it works, and just see what I do.
Story quest. Normally, players would have to progress the story to a certain point in order to participate in the challenge. But now we have a quick challenge feature for weekly Trounce domain bosses.
Yeah!
As long as travelers are adventure rank 40 or higher, they'll be able to challenge her directly by going to the Adventurer Handbook, going to the Domains tab, selecting Trounce domains, and pressing Quick Challenge.
Wow, that's cool.
Oh,
It's a
that's
nice
interesting.
little shortcut to the battle.
Yeah! Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to
Wait,
that.
so
That
if
is really valuable
I
information to have.
don't want to play the story, I can just
And
still fight
it
her?
also
Awesome.
Looks like it's my turn to deliver some news.
I'm still going to play the
2 new
story,
artifact
obviously.
sets will become available in version 4.6. Fragment of Harmonic.
Am I the only one who is like, I get the point of new artifacts, but when new artifacts get released, I get so exasperated. I'm like, come on, can you not torture me? Relic farming is already a pain in the ass, and they add more. And it's like, well, now I got to go and compare the new relics to the old ones. Of course, the first thing I'm looking at when I'm seeing these is like, how... I almost want to say, all right, what relation does this have to Hydro, and what relation does this have to Animo? And are they replacing any sets that are already in existence? Like, are they going to outperform them? Am I going to suddenly have to refarm this set for older characters because this has somehow become their new best one?
Harmonic Whimsy and Unfinished Reverie. Travelers who are interested in them should stay tuned for more
It's like the
information.
Prana Siphon?
Cool.
Okay, that... all right, thank you.
you're
That makes
finished.
sense.
Okay, wait, how come your update was so short? It wasn't enough for me.
Yeah, give us more.
Okay, I actually do have other news to share.
Ooh.
Yes. In version 4.6, Sumeru City will be experiencing an Whimsy
Hold
and
on.
Unfinished Reverie. Travelers who are interested in them should stay tuned for more information.
Okay.
Cool.
I was about to say, I was like,
you're finished. Okay, wait, how come your update was so short?
I was like, are they not
going
going to tell me what the new artifacts do?
Okay, I actually do have other news to share.
Because if they don't, that's really weird.
Yes. In version 4.6, Sumeru City will be experiencing an unsolved mystery. Ooh.
And for some reason, Sino's gotten mixed up in it.
Hey,
Okay, there we
how
go.
did you know about that?
His picture is right there.
Oh, right. Oops.
They will
Well,
never tell you what they
Sino
do in the
wanted to
live
investigate
stream? That's so
personally because
dumb.
Someone involved in the case has a very unique identity, and the two of them share a close connection.
Sounds like there's some serious shenanigans going on.
That's right. Is this the case where
What?
we get to use violence
What was that?
if the situation
Okay,
gets too complicated?
Yes.
Ito,
These
what
are
was that
all very
voice?
good guesses.
What was that
But
voice right there?
I'll offer you one clue that you probably wouldn't be able to guess otherwise. A mysterious youngster with connections to the mystery will make his
Ooh.
debut during
I like
the
his
case.
character design.
And Sino's friends are not just freeloaders who only show up for food. Tainari, Kale, Alhaitham, and Kaveh will all come to support him when he's in a pinch.
People don't go to see Sino for food. They go to see Sino for his sense of humor. Who doesn't love his puns, right, guys? I do love the fact that, first of all, I have not been able to watch his streams, but I'm actually a very big fan of Sayu. Like, I used to watch his videos back when he was Kagi Films and did mostly pretty much 100% Dragon Ball content. It was awesome. Then he moved more into reaction content, and now it's like he streams, he's a VTuber, and it's really awesome. But I found this short some time ago where I learned he was the voice actor for Akihiko in Persona 3 Reload. And I did find it funny that one of Akihiko's lines is a pun. And it was so funny watching the short because he's like, people are going to think that he made up that line purely because of Sino. It's like, that's so funny.
So yeah, if you want to know more about what happens in this case, then be sure to check out Cyno's second story quest, Lupus Aureus Act 2. Travelers can venture to Sumeru and investigate.
But I'm interested in that other
lurking
character.
Underneath the sands.
I'm like, can we make him playable?
time,
Probably
of
not,
course.
but it'd be awesome.
Sarah, you totally delivered. That was great news. Speaking of great
I
news,
know.
think Damon also has some important information to share.
But it's just funnier
Wait,
because he
really?
has
Yes.
Cyno as his character who just loves
just presented
puns.
Too much information too quickly. Can we take a break, please, so we can digest all of it, please? Please.
Wait.
You can't keep getting away
I
with
always
this.
do, though.
I just realized
No,
we're
Damon,
like
you're
20
right.
minutes in.
Let's check out the first redemption code before we
The f-
continue introducing the new code.
The first code and we're 20 minutes in? He probably wrote the puns himself. For who? Cyno or for Akihiko? Because I know for the Akihiko one, that one was in the original Persona 3. This is the first code. We're 20
Content.
minutes in. Holy shit.
That was amazing. That's what I thought.
That is such a long time, and it's only a 40-minute stream. So it's really crazy that they actually waited this long. Which, by the way, all of the codes are pinned at the top of chat. So if you want to go ahead and get those codes, go right on ahead. I also have them copied in the Discord, so if you just don't care about them right now. But that's insane. 20 minutes in before we see the first redemption code. They must have been really excited to give us as much information about this patch as possible. Also, this is some ominous music playing right now. Bow, bow. I'm gonna just kind of... Well, it's not even that long of a wait. I can wait. Hands of Riders. Here's some ideas for some puns. Yo, that's what Takahata 101 did when he was being one of the voices for Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
So we've already told
He
you the
redid
story
his
of
own lines,
Arlecchino
and the game
House of
kept
the
them.
Hearth. So why don't we continue the story of Remuria, which you saw in the beginning of the program?
I would like this very much, please.
Yes, you did such a good job. Encore.
Mike Middleman is so fucking
area
funny.
Of Fontaine will open in version 4.6. Travelers will get to visit
Man,
the village
another
of
Fontaine area?
Petrichor.
I haven't even explored the whole rest of
Though,
Fontaine.
would there even be much
I'm
to
so
see on such a
lazy.
small
I'm like, I have so
Well,
much exploration I
yeah,
haven't
I
done.
guess this is where I'm supposed to really confidently say totally, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay,
My goal right
that
now
you
is like, I
mentioned
want to
it,
finish
there's
exploring
definitely
Inazuma.
more
Or
to
no,
this
wait, I need to
village than
finish
meets
getting
the
all the
eye,
chests in
right?
Liyue.
Yeah, I think we're focused on the wrong thing here. This is where the kingdom of Remuria's remains.
Will I play
lay at
Genshin with
rest.
you today?
So how big was
I don't
such a
know.
glorious and
Because
prosperous
after this, I
nation?
got to work on editing the
Now
video
that you say that,
and
this
making
little town
thumbnails,
looks,
so
a whole
I
lot
will be
bigger.
busy.
Now that's a
They have
neat
Edo
trick.
Bench, but you love him so much.
Anyway,
Fair.
This is where we'll meet a talking cat. With its guidance, we will be
Hey,
able
what's
to
up,
see
Unafraid?
the civilization that vanished thousands of years ago.
What? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
The real reason we had the cat petting event was to prepare us for the day we would meet the talking cat. Because we needed to learn how to properly care for and pet a cat, because we're probably going to have to pet the cat here.
Anything for a talking cat.
As Aaron mentioned at the beginning of the program, King Remus composed a symphony, one with wondrous power.
Again,
that
why am
grants
I
the
still
wishes
playing
of
with
the
this
human
pen?
souls dwelling within.
I don't know why.
getting
I'm
it.
just
I'm
like
getting it.
over here
I
fiddling with it.
Actually, I don't
You're
get it.
so not getting
don't
it.
get
That's okay. I will explain.
Are we literally
in
like
words, so
gonna
you'll just
have
to learn
that
about the
event be the
symphony
main
by
story? Because that
going
looked
on
like
an
we're gonna have to
adventure with
refurnish
this
the room
little
for a
cat.
second there.
I'll avoid spoiling the adventure itself, but you'll arrive at the Remuria ruins with the cat. The kingdom's remnants slumber in the depths where the sunlight can't reach. You'll meet a dragon in the deep seas.
Dun, dun.
That looks like a whale.
So you'll be able to obtain powers
did not look like a
relating to the
dragon. That looked like a
symphony,
whale.
which will help you explore the lost realm of Remuria.
Specifically,
You'll be
that
able to
looked like the
pause
Abyss
melody
thing.
within the realm of this ancient
Welcome to the
civilization.
ADHD
You can
crowd.
also unseal time in places
I've
where it
always been a
stopped.
fiddler,
So
but
these
usually when I'm
powers will
streaming,
let
I
you
don't.
interact
I
with
usually have my
specific
controller in
objects
my
the
hand, so
ruins.
that was weird.
You know, that might be useful for solving puzzles during your adventure.
Ooh.
Totally.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, a forgotten statue sits in a recess
Oh,
of
no.
the fated castle, silently proclaiming the immortality and glory of a great civilization. It awaits a warrior who would dare challenge the majesty of the ancient ruler.
Oh yeah, that's right. The statue of marble and brass will soon be coming as a boss. You can earn all sorts of materials if you manage to beat it in a challenge.
I'm so hyped for it.
Well, Automaton Centaur.
And Damon, you did such a great job with introducing it.
That was great. That was great, Damon.
This
Wait,
ought to be
real
fun.
quick question. How do we even get to such a remote little island?
That is a great question. Travelers who have already completed the third act of the Archon quest, Song of the Dragon and Freedom, will automatically unlock a teleport waypoint in the village of Petrichor. Hopefully this helps travelers with exploring the new area.
I've heard that this
that's
feature will
neat.
return for many new areas in the future.
So exciting.
Oh, that's really neat. Like allowing us to just go ahead and teleport into the new areas
And now,
is very interesting.
outside of the
Makes it a lot
region,
easier for
dot,
exploration.
It seems like a new style of rock and roll is getting popular in Inazuma.
Is Ito responsible for this rock and roll?
All right, let's all
Or
take
is
a
it,
short break
gonna
before
be
we get into the
Shinyan?
next section. Take a look at today's second redemption code.
Yeah.
All right.
First code was 20 minutes in. Second code is less than 5 minutes in. They really were just like, kind of blitz buying on this one. I just kind of feel like they could have split up the earlier information a little bit better. Because it was redemption code. It was like 20 minutes of content, redemption code, then less than 5 minutes, then redemption code. But that also means that likely there's going to be a ton of information in this next portion. So, very curious. I will say most of that was like, it was fun, but I'm not sure whether or not I'm really excited about all that. I am very excited about Arlecchino, though. Like, the stuff that they mentioned, the boss battle, looks like it's going to be fun. Exploring Rumeria does look like it's going to be interesting, but I might hold off on it. Because I still have to do Leeway exploration. Like, I want to 100% my map, basically. Okay.
Welcome back, everyone.
I was joking that
I
Ito.
hear that a musical tour is coming to Inazuma. And
First of all, I was joking when I said, "Oh, Ito's probably in charge of the rock and roll." Oh man, but he is. Now, the first thing I'm immediately noting is, first off, Nightwind Horn. Wait a minute. Please tell me this isn't a rhythm event. Is this a rhythm game event? No, I'm so bad at these. I hope not. But second thing I noticed is, hey, free copies of Goro. I don't know what constellation my Goro is at.
And the organizer is none other than Arataki Ito himself.
Well, this explains why Ito
would you
is
like to tell us more
why
about it?
Ito is
It
here.
would be my absolute pleasure, compadre. So I got a question. Does everyone
They finally
still
brought
remember
Hazo
Dvorak?
back. Yeah. Can I just say, even though I don't use him, I've wanted him. I wanted him for so long. I feel bad that I haven't, I haven't built
this
him.
time, it's an epic
Because
tour for the
he's so
ages,
awesome. He
organized
was
by
the
none other
first
than
big
Ito
discrepancy
and
between fighting styles. Because it's like,
and even the concert
I love that he's a
sounds really
catalyst
epic.
user who just punches
No, the
people.
way he
And yes,
says,
I know
"You're destined
Risley
Arataki,
is also
rockin'
one of
for life,
those.
toward the force of awesomeness,
But Hazo did it first.
feeling of rock and roll.
Hazo did it
And the
first,
theme
so
of this
he's
concert
awesome.
Is about life. Specifically, it's about a brave puppy who saved the lives of countless other creatures on the battlefield.
Aww, that's so cute.
Adorable.
I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I really hope the Music Festival of Life will inspire everyone to unleash their own rock and roll spirit.
Wait, sorry.
And I'll let
Have
you
they
in on a
given
little secret.
have they given the
Ito
details
himself
about
will
what type of
personally be
event it
performing
is?
on the big stage.
What? Oh my gosh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yes, it will be. And here's more exclusive news for you. Dvorak will be giving away a
Yep.
brand new musical instrument.
It's
for our
rhythm
travelers
game.
called the Nightwind Horn.
Ooh.
So if you enjoy playing music in real life, or especially if you enjoy
Or
playing
at least
music
it
in the
seems
game,
like rhythm
be sure to check
game,
it out.
and
I'm
I am
looking forward to seeing
immediately
more
like,
amazing
I am
performances from all the great musicians out there.
screwed.
Are you now? Well, since you're so excited about it in the festival, why don't you help launch the Arataki Rockin' for Life Tour to Force of Awesomeness?
Star and me
There's
have
3
such
steps to
opposite
preparing for the
reactions.
festival.
Star's like,
Number
awesome
1,
rhythm games.
Extreme
Me.
Carnival Ensemble.
Oh no.
We can practice getting into the flow with some rhythm games while the stage is still coming together.
Wow, those keys look really unique.
Yeah, they really are. And the second task is called the Trillion Trinket Trawl.
Oh man, I'm so bad at
The
them.
Trillion Trinket Trawl, the Trillion Trinket Trawl, the Trillion Trinket Trawl. I did.
I think it's because I always play with controller.
A rockin' music festival without a rockin' venue. So
Maybe I'll try
travelers
it
will be
with
helping
keyboard and see if I do better.
spruce it up with his list of items.
It's a piece of cake, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And lastly, we have the Meeting of Melodies. Can't have a party without adoring fans, so we gotta invite fellow music lovers to come jam with us. After listening to their tunes, we can restore the missing music notes.
Oh, so we'll be able to hear them sing. That is super exciting.
Oh, that's actually cool.
Yes, that's the point. Music gets you pumped. And after we've rocked out to the pure spirit of music awesomeness in Inazuma, over in Mondstadt, we'll be dancing to a tense and thrilling tune.
Hold up. What do you mean by tense and thrilling?
Does it mean
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
if I
What do you
say
mean by that?
Wind Trace, Seekers and Strategy has finally arrived.
Yes, I love Wind Trace. And
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wind Trace. I'm kind of terrified. Oh man. I do like the hide and seek event. I will admit that. I just wish it's like I wish I could play with friends and still be rewarded. I like the Wind Trace event, but I do think it's more fun when I can play with community members compared to playing with randoms. And I understand that the reason they don't allow that is because, like, oh, well, your friends could throw the game to help you get rewards. And it's like, who cares? I would still be more likely to play Wind Trace if I was able to be rewarded while playing with my friends. I would gladly say it's like, hey guys, let's get together and have a few rounds of Wind Trace because that would be fun. I mean, yeah, sure, I could get stream sniped, but it would still be more fun playing with friends compared to playing with just random people that they throw at me. You see what I mean? Like, even if we all threw and said, let's just help each other get rewards, it's like, we could still then just go turn right around and play for real when the rewards are no longer like this thing we're worried about.
yeah, it can get a little tense at times.
Well,
But I still love Wind
implies that
Trace.
the
It
game
can
has
be very
undergone some
fun.
mechanics changes, yeah?
Ooh,
Yeah,
mechanic
you're
changes?
correct.
Like what?
That's very intuitive of you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you'll be playing hide and seek as rebels and hunters, just like before, but there are a few new rules.
Ooh.
Yeah, when rebels are captured for the first time, they'll be exiled to the surveillance zone for a short period of time. Now, they will be automatically freed after their time out, but also their friends can try to help them escape the zone early. But if you get sent to jail twice, you're permanently deleted from the game.
Ooh, that does sound...
That's freeze tag. I mean, I don't know how anyone else played tag when they were kids, like, or hide and seek. But when I was a kid, we had two different versions. We had freeze tag or we had regular hide and seek. So hide and seek, of course, everybody hides. You get found and tagged, you're automatically out. And then you have freeze tag where it's like if you get tagged, you're frozen until somebody who isn't frozen can tag you back in. And the game just kind of keeps going until everyone's been, you know, captured kind of thing. So, yeah, this is just freeze tag. But you know what? I'm kind of down for that.
Intense and thrilling.
I'm kind that actually.
And that's not all.
I won't
Oh,
lie.
No. Each
That
round will
makes
have
the game
6
much more
signaling
interesting.
devices, which will prevent nearby rebels from disguising or concealing themselves. The rebels' goal is to repair these devices while also avoiding capture. Once they repair 4 devices, they win the match. Oh, and rebels can work together to repair these devices. And hunters...
This is Dead by Daylight. Or Among Us. Or just about anything. This is... I think this is more akin to Dead by Daylight because it's just 4 devices, like 4 generators. Whereas compared to Among Us, where, you know, you're fixing a whole ship and everyone has, like, different tasks. This is Dead by Daylight Genshin edition. But you know what? I'm down for that. I loved Dead by Daylight. I'm so sad about kind of like the game really isn't as fun anymore if you are like new to the... Like, I'll go ahead and say this. If you are starting off low, Genshin, like Dead by Daylight is... Sorry, not Genshin. Dead by Daylight is so not fun anymore because everybody just camps you. And I get it. You can win that way. But that's just like... That's not really fun. It's like... Like, at the very least, it's like, give people an opportunity to be able to escape. It's like, if you're just going to prevent them from playing the game, don't be surprised if people rage quit on you and then it sucks. But this looks fairly interesting. I'm kind of excited for this Wind Trace.
Devices, or they can simply eliminate their opponents.
If you team up with friends, then watching these games should be a blast.
She gets it. She gets it. But the next part is even more thrilling. When rebels are fixing a signaling device, the device being repaired will enter the high-speed signaling state. What does it mean? It means it'll give off a light visible by every player in the area.
Uh-oh.
In fact, the device will even be marked on the minimap.
Ooh, okay.
But doesn't that mean that the hunter can see you?
Devices will expose your location.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say.
It's these sort of unexpected risks that can be the most nerve-wracking.
I guess in the end, it's like, instead of having the generator blow up, which could... Okay. I guess that's how they wanted to make it different from Dead by Daylight, where it's like, instead of like generator blows up, revealing your location by sound, they're just like, okay, let's just have you automatically give your location away by making it to where it creates a beacon. But by that same prospect, that also sounds like in exchange, there's no failure for the repairs.
Other event, travelers will receive a rather strange commission.
What do you mean?
Specially shaped Saurian search.
What I mean is, there's
Are
a
you
chef
hunting
who's
for
famous
dinosaurs?
using unusual ingredients, and he wants to make friends with a pyro-regisvine.
Huh?
What?
Oh yeah, and not just a pyro-regisvine, he also wants to befriend...
Thank you, Lenny. I'm glad I'm not the
Primo
only one
Geovision,
confused.
And a jade plume terror shroom, and the millennial pearl seahorse.
What?
You guys heard me the first time. Yeah, I thought you would react this way. Anyway, a chef recently returned from a trip to Natlan, and he started getting some ideas. He thought he should
hopefully the
himself
maps
up
will be
by having
bigger.
his own companion. You know, just
But
like
who
how
knows?
people from Natlan have Saurian companions.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Wait, did you say that he came back from Natlan?
Listen, Damon. If you want to know the details, go check out the event when the version is live, all right? But for now, it's time.
I'm sorry. What was that accent that they're both pulling off right now?
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Wait, did you say that he came back from Natlan?
Listen, Damon. If you want to know the details, go check out the event when the version is live, all right?
I'm
but
sorry.
for now, it's time for me to introduce the gameplay.
Okay.
All right, we hear you.
For a second there, I was like, what was that Joey Wheeler accent I just heard coming from Lenny?
And your
That's
negotiation
amazing.
strategies. If you've got the guts, then you can take on fearless difficulty.
I never
We'll
have
also
the
talk
guts.
to Ranjit to adjust the number
I'll go
of
ahead and tell you this now.
negotiation strategies. So if
Like,
you
I
reduce
never-
them,
I
they
never
amps up
have the
challenge
guts.
difficulty, giving you the perfect opportunity.
Nah, that's not true. I always, like,
Both
as much as it
active
is, it's like these
strategies
events,
and
these fights are
long-term
typically pretty
strategies are
simple.
available. You can trigger active strategies at will.
Yo,
However,
did you just tie
your
down the
opponent's
Regisvine?
HP
What?
And level will change depending on the number of strategies that you've picked.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you've got to choose your favorite strategies.
Yeah,
to come
Mafia
out on
accent
top.
sounds
Play to your
accurate.
strengths.
Wow. Noted.
And moving on, travelers should be familiar
Was
with
Geo
our next
Traveler there or
event,
something?
Vibro Crystal Applications.
Ooh,
Okay.
It seems like the event
We're getting this
involves
again?
connecting different vibrating crystals in order to generate different effects.
Aaron, I am so impressed by how intuitive you are.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. That means
That is
so much
incredible.
coming from you.
Yeah, well, I meant it. Each round requires 2 teams. Before each battle, you can set up vibro.
How does
crystal
everyone feel about the
harmonics plans
vibro
for each of your
crystals?
teams.
Like,
this will allow
it's
you
never-
to receive
it's never
different combat
difficult.
buffs when you combine transmitter crystals.
But in the
and
long run,
receiver
I
crystals.
won't say it's
Basically,
my
the
favorite
transmitter
event by
crystal
any
decides the trigger
standard.
condition,
I think
while
it's
the receiver
fun,
crystal
neat
determines
little
the
battle
buff that your
thing.
team gets as a result. By connecting them in different combinations, you can create varying harmonic effects. It's your custom buff plan.
They cool combat go
Spot on,
burr.
Sarah
Fair.
Cruz. And you gain a harmonic point for each time that you trigger a harmonic
Me.
effect.
Clicks
You can get even more
has
combat
like
bonuses
6
if you
different
accumulate
harmonic
enough harmonic
convergences.
points. Each challenge will have
and then
different
just
trial
only
characters,
connects
so
the
you can choose
first 3 to
harmonic
like
buff that
one
works best for your
sitting.
team setup. Be sure to maximize your points if you want to exchange them for rewards.
Like, I just...
Nice.
Sometimes it's
Also,
often better
the
to...
Genius Invocation TCG event,
Ooh.
the Forge Realms Temper, will be...
Who plays this? All right, be real. How many of you guys actually play the TCG? I did it just for the unlock, and then I've never gone back just because it's like I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's like, am I supposed to go around around Olive Teva and challenge people? Or what? So it's like I always miss out on the achievements for this but it does look interesting. I liked it when I played it, and I would genuinely say that I absolutely would. Yeah, there's a TCG in the game. Honestly, Hoyoverse could legit make more money if they made the TCG like its own online thing. Like if there was like a browser game where you could challenge your friends to a TCG battle, or if they sold the cards for real. There's a PvP mode? Ooh. That might be worth looking into. I didn't know if there was actual PvP. I ended up in a conversation with someone once in an HSR stream, and we were like, they could bring this over to Honkai Star Rail. And I think that is 100% great PvP setting because, again, I think PvP in gacha games is usually a bad idea. Because it's like everyone is going to be like, first up, you're going to have free-to-plays who are going to feel like, oh, I can't compete with the whales because they can buy their way to easy claps. And most people on that fragment, when we start talking about PvP for a gacha game like this, they're like, oh, well, this is very easy. Just make it to where whales can't use Eidolons. Well, then it's in that case, you suddenly discourage whales from being like, well, why should I buy Eidolons now if it's not going to give me a leg up? I'm not saying this isn't at all a bad idea whatsoever to have that PvP. But I was like, in the end, it's like I started talking about, I was like, well, then you're not rewarding the people who do spend. And I think that does create a kind of big thing. And they said, well, then just don't make it rewards. Well, then there's no real encouragement to do the PvP setting. My favorite PvP that I've seen from a gacha game is probably the way Raid Shadow Legends does it, which is like you pretty much have a league, which is more based on your builds. And you can set them to fight other people's set teams, which I think makes it a lot more interesting instead of like actually having to fight them directly. So it could be a neat little thing. You get rewarded for the number of players, and you're separated by league. Now, again, that does still make it to where it's like those who spend money are probably going to be up towards the top. But in the long run, I think it would be interesting. But I think having the trading card game is a great way to introduce PvP to these types of games, because now it doesn't matter how much money you're actually spending. It's just like, this is a little fun thing you can do that's completely disconnected from the rest of the content. I also know that a lot of people want co-op in Star Rail, and I have to say, I don't necessarily agree. One of the reasons that co-op is so fun in Genshin is that it's open world. So it's very much a sitting where it's like, okay, you and your friends can just go and travel and beat bosses. I feel like that would be harder to pull off in something like Star Rail. For Star Rail, I would say if you wanted co-op, it could be like the raid battles from Pokemon. There's one giant boss. Every player gets to choose one character, and we are all doing damage to the boss. We're all doing something to the boss. Like maybe somebody is the heal. Maybe someone becomes the designated healer. Maybe somebody acts as the shielder, which some people may not like either, because they'll be like, well, I want to play as DPS. And then it's like, you still have that option. It could be interesting. So even just a little bit, kind of like out in FGO, we have a setting where it's like we have a raid boss where all of us kill the boss and we just watch the numbers go down. I think those are things that could be interesting if we want to have a more co-op play. But like a real co-op play in Star Rail is just never going to happen. The game is not made for that. I'm sorry. But that's just the way it is.
Be returning in version 4.6. The heated battle mode will also receive an update.
Now,
so
I'll be
don't
real.
miss out,
I
duelists.
personally don't necessarily care about the
And
co-op
there's
because I
gonna
never
be
use
an
it.
overflowing mastery event, so you can more easily train up the characters who need the extra boosty boost.
You mean like
Oh my
all
gosh,
of my
thank you
characters?
so much, Max. You just did an amazing job.
that was impressive.
introducing
Thank you,
all that.
Sarah. Oh, thanks,
And
guys.
since you introduced so many events in one go, I feel like you deserve a little break.
You know what?
Does he?
I
Does he
guess-
really?
You agree?
I was gonna
Well,
say,
I
I
agree
agree.
too.
I
I'll
agree.
agree.
So how about now? Let's check out
The final redemption
the
code?
last
Redemption
redemption
code!
I knew it. Do they have anything else they say after the redemption code? I don't think they really say anything after this point. People just want... The way someone was discussing this with me is that they want something to do when they already finish all of the content.
Well,
and I do think that's fair. This is probably not the video where I want to have this discussion. It's probably way better to have this discussion in an actual HSR stream. But the way they discuss it is that they want incentives for using their friends list. They want incentives for being able to play with other people because it's like they get bored when there's nothing else to do. And I think it's just in the end, here's the thing. Gacha games are not standard video games. They are not something that you're supposed to be playing all day. They are something that you're supposed to spend like 10 minutes on, and then that's it. Although, admittedly, it's like you can spend all day playing HSR and Genshin Impact because here's the reality. There's no way you finished all the farming in 10 minutes. And it's like, no, I definitely did. I spent all my resin and Trailblaze power. It's like, okay, well, did you clear the map of all enemies? Did you find all of the farmable stuff? And if you didn't, then it's like, okay, you have a build. Like people who say it's like there's no content, I do understand what you're talking about. When it's like there's no major content for you to advertise, but there's always something for you to do in the game. There's always some level of farming that you can do, and I get it. That's not fun. That's not exciting. And that's what people want. They want the exciting stuff. But these just aren't games that you're meant to play for hours compared to like something else. Like if you want to play video games like that, please play video games like that. This is something you're supposed to spend like maybe a couple hours on at best. Maybe farming up for a specific character at a time. The only thing you want in HSR is something to do in the in-game, not something that requires energy. This one I can definitely agree with. More in-game content would be good. I would like more in-game content for Genshin Impact as well. The Abyss is not that fun. I can clear floor 11 pretty easily, and someone would say, well, that's not floor 12. And it's like, I don't really care about floor 12. Floor 12 tends to be like really a hard line. And usually the only reason I'm losing is just because like I'm too slow. I'm still winning, but it just means I have to rebuild all my characters.
Welcome back, everyone.
I would like other
Next
forms
up,
of in-game
we're
content,
presenting some
please.
Information about improvements for different in-game systems.
Nice.
First up, we have some updates for the Serenity Pot, such as the Quick Obtain feature. Instead of having to navigate a bunch of menus,
Oh,
you
so
can
there
use
actually
this
was more
feature
stuff.
to put all missing furnishings into a queue, where you can use one click to purchase any missing components and then craft
Ooh.
your desired piece.
Ooh, that does actually sound
That's
very
pretty cool.
convenient.
So convenient, so convenient. The avatar system will also be updated, so you'll be able to use more portraits of your familiar friends as your profile display.
Oh,
that's fun.
Oh, that mask is Hanachiru Sato, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's Arama,
You bet.
and the Thunderbird, and Rue, and more. This is amazing.
So many more. I'm sure lots of travelers like
I would like this.
Treasure compasses.
I do
have
enjoy
also been
I do enjoy
Its
not
markers will
using
be
the
displayed
regular
on both The
profile.
large map and the mini map. The compasses will also include information about different map layers.
Sweet.
Way more intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
it's time to
hold on,
eradicate
what?
all the maps with
Hold on,
And
what?
more.
What was that?
Amazing.
so many more. I'm sure lots of travelers
Go
like
back,
them.
go back.
Treasure
Go
compasses
forward.
have also been updated. Its markers will be displayed on both the large map and the mini map. The compasses will also include
Holy shit. Thank you! Oh my gosh. You have no idea how much this... Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry. The compasses are ass. The compasses were actually ass because they were so unusable. It was like you would use it and then it would just send out a light in the most random direction and you just kind of had to intuitively figure it out based on whether or not did you go too far. But no, now there's a map icon that shows us where the chest is. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, Genshin Impact is learning. It's doing good things now.
Players.
Sweet.
That's way more intuitive.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's time to eradicate all the maps with 99% exploration progress.
Heck yeah!
I feel called out. I feel very called out by that, Lenny. Even though it's like I have way less than 99%, but just being the way he said it's like time to finish those maps. I'm like, why you gotta do that to me? Which, to be fair, some chests are hidden by puzzles and
talk about
stuff.
some Genshin Impact soundtrack news.
Let's go music!
Yeah, that's right. Genshin Impact's third Fontaine OST, Cantus Aeternus, will debut during version 4.6.
Yeah, I want to finish the I still need to finish Leeway. I did so little exploration there because it's all rocks and hills. It's hard to explore everything.
Music is my favorite.
So hyped.
Oh no, y'all! It looks like there's nothing left for us to present. I know. So
I guess if they have nothing left to present, neither do I. Oh my gosh, though. I gotta say, this is the most... Oh, I did not even realize that you guys probably... Wait, hold on. Oh man, the aspect ratio of this was awful. Why did nobody tell me? Why did nobody tell me this? And it's like, it's too late to go back and redo everything. It's too late to go back and redo everything. Holy shit. So I guess the video is just gonna look awful. I'll have to do probably a recorded disclaimer and say it's like, either way. This is probably the most excited I've been for Genshin Impact content in so long. Like when they release more story stuff, I am always super excited. But Arlecchino, I was not expecting her to straight up bring back some hardcore excitement for the game because, like, for the most part, I've been pretty chill with it. But now I might be deep diving back into it. Even more so, I have 78 pity on the character banner. So I think I'm going to be saving my Primogems to throw at least one multi at Arlecchino, see if I get her, and if I don't, well then, you know, I just don't. Hopefully I do. But with all that said, I think I am calling an end to the video and the stream here, guys. So thank you for being here. If you are watching this over on YouTube, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Why are you on YouTube? Guys, come over to twitch.tv/FGRolls where you can watch this content live, which is way more entertaining because you guys can sit here and actually talk with me. But beyond that, nothing else. Don't do... Beloved Madman, no. We want them to come over here. Come on. But if you do prefer staying on YouTube, then that's fine. Now, if you could do me the favor of also clicking the like button, leaving a comment down below, and maybe hitting that subscribe button, that'd be great. My current goal is I would like to hit 500 subscribers. I feel like that's a pretty good goal. And if we can hit that, I might do a special live stream. I haven't decided yet. But with all that said and done, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate the support. And hopefully I will catch you guys in another one. Till next time, everybody, have a fantastic day. I'm just going to end stream. No raids today, guys.